Did you know that during the Guadalcanal campaign, a single American officer tracked and eliminated 11 Japanese snipers in only 4 days? His name was Second Lieutenant John George, a marksman whose detailed observations later became one of the most valuable primary sources on jungle warfare in the Pacific. What you're about to hear is the precise, documented account of how George identified, stalked, and neutralized some of the most concealed shooters of World War II. John George didn't enter the war as an ordinary infantry officer. Before deploying, he had years of competitive shooting experience and had participated in national rifle matches. This gave him an advanced understanding of weapon behavior, sighting, wind, and camouflage detection, skills that proved essential on Guadalcanal. He served with the 132nd Infantry Regiment of the Americal Division, arriving on the island in late 1942, when Japanese forces were still aggressively defending key positions. George quickly became known for his ability to identify small irregularities in the jungle, details that others overlooked. Japanese snipers were one of the most persistent threats on Guadalcanal. They operated from concealed pits, natural blinds, and elevated tree positions. Their camouflage was highly effective, using local vegetation woven into their uniforms and hides. They waited for long periods without movement, often firing only a single shot at a time, making them extremely hard to locate. Sniper fire slowed American patrol routes, restricted supply movement, and created constant uncertainty. George noted that many enemy snipers were strategically placed to cover choke points or jungle openings, maximizing their chances of hitting exposed troops. George's first confirmed sniper engagement took place near a coconut grove not far from the American perimeter. While scanning the area, he noticed a dark, irregular patch on a palm trunk. It differed slightly in shape from the natural shadows created by the overhead canopy. George observed the position for several minutes, remaining still. Eventually, he saw a slight shift, not of a person, but of a rifle barrel being adjusted. That tiny detail confirmed the presence of a sniper. George fired a single, deliberate shot. The Japanese sniper fell from his elevated hide, ending the threat. This engagement taught George how carefully the enemy positioned themselves in trees, taking advantage of height and concealment. The following day, American patrols again reported accurate sniper fire. George responded, studying the terrain for any visual anomalies. He soon realized he was dealing with 2 Japanese snipers, not one. They were covering overlapping fields of fire, creating a deadly crossfire zone. George advanced slowly, crawling through dense vegetation for nearly an hour. He waited for either sniper to reveal even the smallest movement. The first shooter fired at an American scout, exposing his location through muzzle flash and barrel movement. George immediately took the shot and neutralized him. The second sniper attempted to shift to a different firing position, likely believing he was undetected, but as he moved, the glint of his rifle briefly reflected light. George fired again, eliminating the second sniper.
Before we continue, type 5 in the comments if you want more real, fact-based World War II sniper stories like this one. On the 3rd day, an American patrol was halted by intermittent sniper fire from a completely concealed position. The sniper was operating from a pit hidden under carefully arranged palm fronds, soil, and branches. From the front, the position appeared to be nothing more than undisturbed jungle ground. The only indication of the sniper's location was the narrow muzzle aperture and the angle from which shots were coming. George approached from the flank, using thick undergrowth to stay hidden. He studied the firing slit and determined the approximate location of the sniper's head and rifle chamber behind the camouflage.
Taking a stable position, he fired several precise shots directly into the pit structure. The firing stopped immediately. After the area was secured, inspection confirmed that the sniper had been hit and killed inside the hidden hide. The fourth day involved George's longest and most challenging engagement. Reports indicated that a sniper was firing from inside a fallen hollow log. The log had a narrow firing slot carved into it, allowing the sniper to fire while remaining almost completely concealed behind thick wood. George positioned himself and waited, not minutes, but hours. He watched for changes in light, for flecks of movement or the slightest reflection. Finally, he detected a faint glint deep inside the log, likely from the rifle's chamber or bolt. He fired one calculated shot through the slot. The sniper did not fire again. Moments later, a second sniper, positioned roughly 50 yards away, attempted to take advantage of George's focus on the log. The muzzle flash gave away his location. George returned fire and neutralized him as well. By the end of the fourth day, John George had eliminated 11 confirmed Japanese snipers. These eliminations were verified by American patrols and post-action inspections. The removal of these hidden shooters restored movement in the sector, reduced casualties, and allowed U.S. forces to push forward with greater confidence. The events were later documented in George's memoir, Shots Fired in Anger, considered one of the most detailed first-hand accounts of jungle combat during the Pacific War. After Guadalcanal, George continued to serve in the Pacific, taking part in operations in New Georgia and the Philippines. He became known for his understanding of small unit tactics, observation skills, and advanced marksmanship. His wartime notes influenced later American discussions on counter-sniper doctrine and jungle warfare training. Second Lieutenant John George's four-day counter-sniper campaign on Guadalcanal remains one of the most documented examples of precision marksmanship during World War II. His disciplined observation, patience, and accuracy demonstrate how one trained soldier can significantly alter the course of frontline operations. His record stands as a factual, verified part of the Pacific Theater's combat history. Drop a comment right now and tell us where you're watching from. Are you watching from United States, United Kingdom, Canada, or Australia?